Sometimes all you got to do is shut up and just watch. Sometimes all you have to do as a wise man, it's scripture. Just be quiet, watch, ask questions, and just see how stupid people really are. And you got a lot of stupid people, not just outside of the truth and outside of the knowledge, but inside the knowledge too. You got people who strictly rely or follow emotions and passions outside of scriptures or outside of reasoning and wisdom. I was reading this article. It says 8 billionaire Mongols who control our newspapers and media. And from my studies and research, if you can control the media, the newspapers, as well as the as well as the schools and the hospitals, if you have that kind of if you have influence and power over those areas, the courthouses or the legal. Real quick video. I was reading this article or skimming through it really, and I was thinking based on the conversations I had with a couple of friends and people I know, how people have no idea what's going on, and the little bit they know, they still revert right back to just the baser understanding of coping and getting by in the society. Nothing spiritual, nothing in regards of what's really happening. Just fear, greed, lust, the same old BS that we function off of, or just the common man functions. He functions off of, and it's surprising. It's surprising and shocking at the same time. But very common. I'm reading this article, and at the same time, I'm thinking, throughout the week, my conversation with different brothers and sisters, and it's not going to float, man. This is not going to float. When I say to this, I'm talking about our lifestyles outside of the faith. I'm talking about how we deal with each other. Marriage, finances, health, everything is a D minus. Everything is a D minus. No one is putting any hard effort into reasoning through the ignorance and the crazy lifestyle we live. And basically we're controlled through the media, through TV shows, through music, through feelings and emotions, through fleshly passions. That's what we control through. And what's happening is that the devil, he's playing on that. And I'm not just talking about the physical devil. I'm talking about the devil, the physical arm on this earth, the so-called white man. This is 8 billionaire Mongols who control our newspapers and media. And to control the newspapers, the media, the hospitals, the law firms, the judges, the legal environment. If you can control all those areas, if you can control all those entities, if you control all that, you can control the people. You have a strong arm on the necks and throats of the people if you can control those areas. I believe I was reading Pawns in the Game, this is years ago, by William Carr. And one of the members of the Rothschild family, I believe it's the head father, he said, let me control your banks and your newspapers and your medias, and I'll control your country. And that's so true. And that's what's happening now. The presidents, times past, even current, are all controlled by where the money is at. And the money is at that rich 3% that run this world. It says, check this out. It says, contrary to how it may not seem, billionaires do not run every single thing. They do, however, run the media. See that? From Rupert Murdoch to Cy Newhouse to Jeff Bezos, billionaires own newspapers, cable television companies, and television stations that deliver the news to our households daily. See that? And what's happening in the media today, they have instilled so much fear and confusion and lies and propaganda in the minds of not just the so-called blacks and Hispanics, but to their own people and people all around the world, that everyone follows the media like sheep. They follow them like sheep. And the fear is so thick, the fear is so real that everyone is going crazy. They're going crazy now. And you see it. You see the craziness in the streets as we speak. As we speak, you see the craziness in the streets. See that? Sheldon Adelson, Las Vegas Review Journal, has a net worth of $35 billion. Jeff Bezos, Washington Post, $105 billion. Who's this? Michael Bloomberg, we know him. Net worth $56 billion. The Cox family, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, $8.2 billion. Jim Kennedy, $8.2 billion. John Henry, the Boston Globe, $1.5 billion. Rupert Murdoch, you know him, $13 billion. Donald and Cy Newhouse, Donald's net worth is $11.1 billion. Cy is $13 billion. Mort Zuckerman, U.S. News and World Report, New York Daily News, net worth $2.5 billion. So, this is how the world works. This is how the world moves. This is what's happening. This is how the world runs. Off of men. And they spin your minds to believe what they want you to believe, and they create so much fear that you follow whatever is thrown at you. Check this out.
So the first thing you do if you want to control somebody or break them down is, number one, you confuse. Number two, you instill fear. Bam, bam. Right? What do we have going on right now? Confusion. The CDC doesn't wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. They don't know. Social distancing, we don't know. 6 feet, 12 feet, 18 feet. Yeah. I mean, the public is so freaking confused. Ask anyone on the street right now. What does the CDC say about mask wearing? I mean, they don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah. Shit, yesterday, wear a mask. Today, it's not wearing it. Nobody knows. Then it's instill fear, right? First thing that came down the line, COVID. Next thing that kind of petered out was killer hornets. Now we've got all of this racial tension going on, right? I mean, so then you've got fear. Now you've got people in the suburbs who are armed to the teeth. And I know because I live in the Texas suburbs right near downtown, it's tense. Yeah.
You hear what he's saying? He's talking about those hardcore redneck crackers with AR-15s that train in the woods, that train their children in the woods. He's not talking about these mansy-pansy, crazy Negroes and liberal whites that's in these protests burning down buildings and stores and breaking down windows. He's talking about people who are trained and have been training and preparing for this for years. And what's going to happen when those protesters lock head to head with those protesters, with those white militias, it's going to be a completely different story. Because go back and look at those protesters. Do they look like they're prepared for that? Sometimes you see more women out there than men with Daisy Duke shorts on, slippers. You see brothers with their pants down to their behind. You see gays with green and purple hair. You see people twerking. You see looters, common looters from the hood. Now, granted, I'm not saying that every brother or protester is not going to be armed. But if you look at those rioters, can you honestly say they are prepared to go up against a white militia, especially if the Most High is not with them? This is why this is not our business. I said this in a prior video. We have no business being out there in any protests. We have no business supporting any protests. Only thing we should be supporting is repentance, the gospel of the Most High, the truth, the laws, statutes, and commandments, and the way of Yahweh Shai. To hell with them. To hell with them. It's prophecy unfolding, and it's going to unfold, and it's going to let loose. It's going to unfold, and it's going to let loose. This is 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, and the 3rd verse. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost." And the ones that are lost are caught up in the fear. See, we don't fear. We know the Most High has got us, and we're gonna stay in the Most High. That's our house. That's our spirit. "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not." See that? Which believe not, has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, or Christ, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So you can do nothing without Yahushua Christ. You can do nothing without his spirit, his doctrine, his teaching, which is the image of the Most High. And that image has to shine into the spirit of the unbelievers. We were once unbelievers, and the Most High used his son to give us a second chance, one, and to shine in our spirits, our hearts, and bring us into this truth. And we shouldn't take the truth for granted. We should be thankful to the Most High every day. We should be on our knees almost every day thanking the Most High that he opened our spirits up to this truth. A lot of people don't appreciate what the Most High has done for them. They don't. This is Proverbs 11 chapter and the 14th verse. It says, "Where no counsel is, the people fall." And that's what's happening now. There's no counsel or no spirit in those protesters. They're just believing what the media is saying, and they're following emotions, and they're getting caught up into a lot of they're caught up into the system, which is they basically caught up into the system. And the system is guiding them and putting that battery in their back and having them out in the street. Yeah, they mad. Are they mad? Yeah, they mad. They mad. They mad, but they're not gonna prevail. They're not gonna prevail, especially in the spirit they're in. It says, "Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety." And you have to be a part of the Most High's counselors and find safety in his spirit. You understand? Or be guided, in other words, through men and women of the Most High. Not through the media and the newspapers and feelings. And when you check it out, there's no straight up agenda with the protesters. They're all over the place. And they're just mad. Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. And that's very true. That's very true. So, watch this. Watch how this thing unfolds. Watch it. Proverbs 30 verse 5, it says, "Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him." See? So we trust in the Most High. We trust in the word. And that's what we're going to put our trust in. You understand? It says, "Add thou not unto his word, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar." So watch the news. Watch what's happening, but use wisdom and reasoning. Read between the lines. Because the media is fanning the flames on a lot of what's happening out there in the streets. And that has nothing to do with us. We as men and women of the Most High, our job is to wake people up and to bring them to the Most High. Someone say, "Oh, you're a coward. You're a coward. You should be out there on the front lines." I don't see anything constructive on the front lines out there, what they call the front lines. I see homosexuals parading, and I see women twerking. I see looting, and not even for the cause of anyone who was killed by police, just to satisfy their souls or just out of vanity. That's what I see. I see nothing of any loyalty to people who have died. So there's something to think about, something on the brother's mind. This is Brother Bakwa signing out. Hope everyone had a blessed Sabbath as well as fast, and I hope it brought you on a higher spiritual tier. Brother Bakwa signing out. Shalom.